Hello, this is JJ with the Zen Lounge Podcast. I'm here with Wendy, with the cast, and we got to catch we got Caleb here and Cato from band Kronen. We're here at the Fox Theater in Boulder right before a show. How do you feel about the show tonight?
I'm super excited about the show. It's going to be awesome. Tonight's really going to be a hot night for us.
I mean, the last two times we played, it sold out, so I think it'll sell out again tonight. And just the energy last time was really, really high, so I'm hoping to replicate that again tonight.
Excellent. So the sound check went okay. Everything's good. Ready to go, rock and roll. Yeah, excellent, excellent. Well, I've been anticipating this interview. I've been in touch with Cato behind the scenes for a while now, and I'm very interested. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is like maybe if you could give us some kind of description of how you describe. Are we good with the mic? Huh? Okay. I have to get my hand in there. Okay. Oh, we'll carry it forward. Do you guys want to give? When I listen to your sound, I get this psychedelic feeling. I think, is that what you're trying to convey in your music?
Totally, totally. We really go for that.
I mean, since we're from Boulder, we have a lot of that psychedelic background, and it's interesting when people say that they perceive that because it's totally what we're aiming for.
Excellent, excellent. That's good. I mean, I definitely, I'm a science junkie. When I read up on your description, you mentioned it. There's a description that mentions, if I recall, it's using what they call hearing science. Could you please describe what is hearing science to you?
Well, I actually just graduated with undergraduate in hearing science at CU Boulder, and I'm starting a doctorate in the fall. And what I study is frequency selectivity, which basically means like how do you tell 1,000 vibrations per second from 1,001 vibrations per second? Some people can, some people can't, and how far apart is your resolution? It's kind of like pixels on a screen. Everyone's hearing is different, so toying with that with music, creating different harmony and different chord collections really brings in a cool scientific aspect to our music, and I think that it's shaped a lot of the recording process too.
Most definitely, when I listen to music, it's kind of like a blend of all the auditory senses and getting back to the psychedelic feeling. So I imagine that's what it meant, and it's good to get some feedback on what the logistics of that science means. So, are you aware of the 432 frequency? Do you guys practice with the 432?
Yeah, we do. We definitely do. If you look at how people they'll put sand on top of like a vibrating surface, and it's interesting to see the way the sand actually disperses itself based on the frequency. And you can see that 432 is such a cool pattern, and it's yeah. And when you bring the visual aspect into sound, it kind of helps you internalize what you're experiencing and the geometry that's occurring and the spatial hearing. So a lot of that is part of what we bring in.
Excellent, excellent. Well, when I listen to you in the past, I've thought here's kind of thing that comes to mind, like Beck meets Ween, and they take acid in the desert. So at least that's kind of like one of my first impressions, and I'm like, oh, this is really wild. Who are your influences, and how would you describe your music, Kato?
Some of our biggest influence, I would say, is Bonobo, Queens of the Stone Age. We really like the Strokes. We like, the White Stripes. We like, a huge array of music. We're huge reggae fans. We love jazz. We really like to incorporate lots of different genres into our music. What about you? What are your biggest influences, Caleb?
Well, I have a huge history in jazz and in classical music. I took like every music class they had for non-majors at CU. So, I mean, and even world musics like from the Caribbean and from Africa and from like more traditional sense. So, I mean, we incorporate tons of different genres, and I think that's one thing that makes it hard for us, our fans, to label us. But we've always said labeling kind of terminates thinking. So,
Excellent, excellent. many fans of our audience, it might be new to you. They might not be aware that this is a brother sister act. You mentioned the White Stripes, another brother sister act. Sunny Chair. What are your thoughts of being in the group in a brother sister act? I imagine you've been playing together for a while.
Yeah, we've been playing, since we were little. And to be honest, I couldn't ask for a better bandmate. Caleb and I work really well together, and we just have an awesome connection on stage. And it's been really, a pleasure to be able to have my brother in my band. And we create all of the music together. We compose everything together, and it's just been absolutely wonderful. And so I hope to continue on.
And Kato, what inspired you to become a drummer? I think that's a really unique instrument for women in bands to play.
Totally. Well, I actually started with the violin as my first instrument, and I switched over to the drums because I had this fire inside me to, beat the drums and to really bang it out. And, I've been practicing for years and years and years. And finally, Caleb and I decided to form our band, and it really has been the right fit for me, totally.
That's awesome. How about you? Did you start off with a instrument
Yeah, I actually started off.
didgeridoo? Anything?
I mean, bass was my first instrument as a kiddo, and I played in a band before this as a bass player. And I then kind of got more into harmony and creating chords and structuring songs around the chords that are in the songs, and experimenting with unique chords and stuff. So then that switched me over to piano and guitar when I took piano and guitar classes at CU. And I mean, now guitar and singing are my favorite because you can basically play two instruments at once, and that aspect is super fun for me. It's almost like an extra challenge on top of it all. So that always keeps me on my toes.
Very cool.
Oh, go ahead. You guys.
So the show tonight at the Fox Theater is at the beginning of a showcase for a new album, an upcoming tour. Anything exciting that you're looking to promote or launch?
Totally. Caleb and I have actually created 4 new songs, and we're getting everything going for a new EP that we'll be releasing on the 24th of May, actually, at State Bridge. So we're going to be performing there for their opening of the summer. Yeah, it's a free show, so it's going to be really awesome, and we're going to be releasing our next EP there. So we're really excited. But tonight we're going to be playing 2 of those new songs live for you. So.
Well, yeah. Now, your albums. Predetermined Reality, you have Peace of Mind, Predetermined Reality, and your self-title. So the ones that is the self-title the one you're referring to that's up and coming, or is it that's out there?
Last year we actually have 4 completely new songs. We haven't come up with a name for the new album yet, but we're releasing it like we said May 24th, and we're gonna have a Denver release at Herman's Hideaway May 23rd, and then we're having a second release for everyone else up in Bond, Colorado, like she said, at State Bridge. But yeah, those first 3 albums were all unique in their own way and fun. But this 4th one even has even more intense emotion attached to it. And I think our listeners are just going to love it. So I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear it. Definitely. I definitely what sticks out is that the name Predetermined Reality. When I was looking at that, that gives kind of a segue about your scientific element and your interest in that. So what are your views about predeterminism philosophically, or riff on that?
Well, I was in a philosophy class, and I asked my teacher, I was like, do you think the reality is predetermined? And he said, yeah, definitely, based on facts of the past and laws of nature, everything that happened, you can explain it based on those 2 things. So it's all predetermined, which some people, they get freaked out when you say that to them. And some people, they're like, whoa, I never thought of it that way. Yes, exactly.
Exactly, the whole create your own fate kind of thing.
Right, like Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, and how that shocked Einstein into saying, "Wait a second, God doesn't play dice." And so a lot of those thoughts come to mind. Very unique names for the album names. I'm definitely impressed with the way you portray that and how it sounds musically. We're definitely looking forward to checking out this show. If you guys want to maybe do a go around on terms of what your band manifesto is, your personal philosophies, That'd be good to get a take on that.
Totally. Well, I've been working really hard on the band and I hope to continue, with my brother being able to express our creativity in music and in our visual processes with our music videos and fashion line and whatnot. But I really like to incorporate the community. I'm a huge advocate of working together to bring each other up and to promote each other's craft and skill. So that's definitely something that I abide by, is helping each other out and really a team effort type thing.
I have a question for you after Caleb answers John's question.
Basically, our philosophy is just to kind of bring some social commentary also to the listener, because there's so much like issues and problems going on today, and the absurdity of the modern human condition is just something that we like to share. So,
And you mentioned your fashion designing and whatnot. So you're quite an artist. You do fashion design, you do the artwork for the album, right? And then you're a musician on top of that. Can you tell us a little bit more about all your different creative outlets and what you're experiencing with that and what passion is driving that?
Totally. Well, the music industry is pretty difficult these days, so you need to have different outlets in order to really get to that next level, I think, with music. And I'm speaking about, the different merchandise. So we have a fashion line, and we spend a lot of time making really cool designs for, our models that come to our shows and display them, and also our online site so we can sell those pieces. And we also work really hard on music videos to give a visual aspect to our music, so people can check us out online and we have like that really strong online presence where we have all these different aspects to the music, and I feel like it gives a total package and an extra oomph kind of to our band. And yeah, I love all these different endeavors. It really keeps me on my toes and real busy and keeps it fun for everyone, incorporating all these things. You can go on YouTube, actually. We have a channel, type in Kronen Band, and you'll see we have 5 music videos from all around the world. And then also you can check us out on SoundCloud for all of our free music.
So our SoundCloud, like she said, is soundcloud.com/KronenBand. And our YouTube is actually, like she said, Kronen Music and Kronen Band. But also our favorite website is Kronen.bandcamp.com, because you can download all of our albums for free, and if you want, you can grab any merchandise of ours or any clothes on there. So that's a really nice website.
That's great. So Bandcamp especially is where people can check out the other outlets for your guys' creativity. Very cool.
I've met Kronen online in the drum connection. I playing drums with Zen Conspiracy. I discovered here backstage. We met up with Steve, our audio engineer in the past when we did recordings with him and such. I've always definitely admired drums, and just like Wendy mentioned, a female drummer is a rare thing. And I've definitely, I wanted to know what your thoughts about dating drummers.
Oh, dating drummers? I mean, it's tough. It ain't easy dating a hot drummer.
How about you, dating?
I'm into it. I'm single. Hello.
How about
Just kidding. I take that back. Oh.
How about a podcast host and a drummer? No, well, but no, on a note to end this up, we gotta finish up and wrap it up here. I know we gotta get to a pre-party. We're gonna be seeing the fashion models, I imagine, there, right?
Models are gonna be there, and we're gonna be having some freshly handmade clothes from Meow Wolf, and they just handcrafted all these clothes for our models, and so it's going to be a super fun time.
Excellent. We'll be sure to get some footage there at the pre-party. So I guess I know you already mentioned a show coming up, but tell us about your next show, and where we can where we should be and why we should be there.
Well, we're actually playing Spread the Word Festival in Denver. It's May 2nd, and it's at Quixotes. It's a really cool venue down in Denver, but it's an amazing collection of different local bands. And we're gonna be, headlining with Jaden Carlson Band, also with Technicolor Tone Factory, and several other really hot acts right now. So definitely check us out there. And then we also have some other really awesome shows coming up in May. Like we said, we're doing Herman's Hideaway on the 23rd, and then the 24th up at State Bridge, where we're going to be releasing our next album. So we're really stoked on that. And we also have a few other shows. I think Higher Ground.
Yeah, our last show that we have right now is Higher Ground Music Fest in Denver. It's August 21st and 22nd, and it's just a huge festival that's super fun and tons of local acts. So we couldn't be more excited for all the gigs coming up.
Excellent. Well, there you got it, guys. This is Caleb Cato from Kronen playing Fox tonight here with Zen Lounge, and we're looking forward to seeing some more from Kronen. Thank you. We'll see you next time.